Welcome. In this demo, we're going to take a look at how we can interact with the IAM permissions with Google Cloud Storage using the gsutil command line utility. So the command in gsutil that we're using is IAM. And of course, we can start off by, for example, getting the current IAM policies available for our bucket, which was GCS course demo. So what we're getting back here is a JSON document regarding the currently active IAM policies for this bucket. And this is as we expect, including the project private permissions, right? So if we want to add something to that, we can do that by calling the ch command for change. And what I would like to add here is, for example, additional permissions for myself, right? So I need to start off by defining the principal type, example user, then the principal name, which would be my email address, and then the IAM role that I'm interested in. So object viewer would be a good one for this. And then we're going to finish up by adding the URI for the bucket at the end. Like that. And now if we re-get the current IAM policies, you can see that we've added a user with my email address and gave him the role object viewer, right? As expected. Now, we can also add conditions. However, conditions don't really work based on the CLI itself. So what we basically need to do here is we need to first save the current JSON of the IAM permissions that we have. So let me just put something like iam.json in here. Great. Then we're going to fire up the editor. And I have myself up here. So this is the file that we were just taking a look at. And now I actually can add conditions to this. So if we have a binding, like maybe let's take the one that I did for me personally. You can see that in the outer JSON item here is this bindings, which is a list, which contains a member and a role always, right? So I'm not editing the last one, the one that I created. And besides having just a member and a role, a binding can also have a condition. So I'm going to add that. And now the contents of this condition is quite specific. Again, please check the documentation for this. And again, the actual syntax for this is available with IAM permissions in general. So we're not going to go through this. I'm just going to do something as an example here. So I'm just going to use a title of my condition, right? And then the expression of the condition. This could be anything. I'm just going to use the one from the documentation as an example. So we're saying that the request time needs to be before a particular timestamp, and that timestamp is 2019-01-01 midnight Zulu time. There we go. So this should be a valid expression. I borrowed it from the documentation. So I'm going to save the JSON file. I'm going to close the editor. And now I can put the policy back. So instead of get, I'm going to use set now. And I need to first define the policy, IAM.json, and I'm going to put it over into the bucket GCS course demo. Oh, here we get the error, right? Remember, we were supposed to have uniform bucket level access enabled in case we wanted to use the conditions. So let me just quickly set that up. Uniform bucket level access set on GCS course demo. There we go. And now we can set the policy with conditions. All right, so our problem was that the E tag had changed, and that always needs to be the same as the current one. So now that I have changed that and I saved that, now I should be able to set. There we go, now it went through. And now if I get the policy back, you can see that we have the condition expression in here. So what if we want to remove this one particular member from our IAM policies? Well, we do it similarly as we did previously when changing. So with gsutil, IAM change. This time, however, removal requires us to use the -d for delete. And again, we need to say user and then define the user type. And then the bucket, of course, GCS course demo. Now note that we can't remove the user because we had some policy conditions in here. So we need to remove the conditions first. And now again, we need to first get the IAM policy, right? Like this, and then put it into IAM.json. And now we can remove the condition part from here. And we can re-upload it. GCS course demo. We could have, of course, removed the user here as well. There we go. And now that we've removed the condition, I just want to show you that the deletion actually works like that. And now if we get the IAM policy, we can see that it's back to its original state. All right, that's how we're going to use gsutil with IAM permissions on GCS. Thanks.